It's now 11:56. I was just going to put an offer on a leased property for one of my clients, and I just got notification that it's already been leased. This is the kind of thing that's been happening with leased properties. Just as hot as the buying and selling market is, the rental market is no different. The reason why I'm making this video is because I want to get those that are entering into the rental market, I want them to be prepared so that they don't lose out on opportunities like this one. In order to be prepared to put an offer on a leased property, you have to have your documentation ready and available. What I find is happening is that a lot of people are going to see properties without having the documents readily available. Now, if they go see a property and they like it and would like to put an offer, well, nothing can be done because they don't have the necessary paperwork available to put that offer through. So what ends up happening is they lose out on that home and it's given to somebody else that was better prepared. So in this video, I want to outline all the necessary steps needed to be taken before you go search for your rental property so that you'll be ready to put in that offer and get that property. So if you live in Ontario, the requirements for a rental property when you search on the MLS system is that most landlords are asking for several pieces of documentation. These documents include a credit score and full report, a letter of employment, your 3 latest pay stubs, a rental application, and photo ID. So starting with the credit score. So landlords are going to want you to provide them with your credit score and report. So this can't just be a screenshot of the score. They're wanting to see the entire full report. And you can get these reports from reputable companies like Equifax, Borrowell, or another site called Loch Ness. Be mindful that there are some companies out there that are giving fraudulent credit reports, so just be mindful to go with credible sources. Also, your score needs to be at least 700 and above in order to be qualified as a potentially strong candidate. So the next piece of document that you're going to require is proof of employment. So in this documentation, you're going to want it on letterhead that provides the job title that you hold and the amount of income that you're making. You're then going to want to provide 3 latest pay stubs. Now, if you're self-employed and don't have pay stubs, you're going to want to provide your notice of assessment that's going to outline the income that you've made within the year. So another piece of documentation you're going to need is you're going to need to fill out a rental application. And within this rental application, you're going to also include references. It'd be a good idea to include past landlords as references. And lastly, you'll need to provide photo ID. So this can be either your driver's license, a passport, or government ID. Also, make sure that these pieces of identification are valid, meaning that they're not expired, and that the address indicated on that ID matches your current address. I know the process seems overwhelming. It's a lot of documentation needed in order to get you into that leased property, but this is what's required of you when you start searching for properties on an MLS system and working with a realtor. If you would prefer not to provide all this documentation, another route that you can go is towards private listing on searches such as Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace. They may not require as much detailed documentation, and you may be able to talk directly to the landlord, so it might be an easier process. It's also important to note that when you're searching for properties through the MLS system and working with a realtor, you don't actually have to pay the realtor. The realtor earns a commission through the landlord if the property has been leased. Once you gather all the documentation needed to put in an offer, you don't have to do it again. It's just a one-time thing. So after this, you're able to put in offers on several properties if you don't get the first one. I hope this video was helpful at getting you prepared into entering the rental market. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.